We are Top Model Uganda, the leading modeling company.
Thank you. So we are going to start. Our topic today is going to be about alcohol, drugs, and sexual exploitation in the entertainment industry. So I want someone to stand up and define for us what alcohol is. I believe everyone here has at least tasted alcohol, correct? So alcohol is any chemical substance found in drinks such as beer, wine, liquor. You can mention some of them to men that they don't love. You know, people marry for so many reasons. Some marry maybe after university, they have nowhere to go. Someone might end up going with a guy and then they just stay home, like they're staying together but they are not married. Then it's going to be so hard for you to sleep with this person because you don't like them. So they resort to taking alcohol to help them with the libido factor. Then it lowers the risk of heart diseases. Then it can also lengthen one's life. Alcohol prevents against common cold, the flu and So if you're to take like a shot of Black Label when you have flu, of course it can help you somewhere. Then it prevents, that one I'm done. It decreases chances of developing dementia. Who knows what dementia is? What is dementia? Perfect. You people, no, none of you knew what dementia is. Dementia, is an act of forgetfulness. Dementia is so common among the elderly. When someone is getting older, they start to forget. They've done something, then they'll forget. Where did I put this? Like you're over-forgetting. But it doesn't mean that when you're over-forgetting, like now you're still young. It's not dementia. Then it reduces the risk of gallstones in the gallbladder. As I said, a drink like Black Label, it breaks down the particles, especially when you're going into your periods. It relaxes muscles, of course. But we all know that too much consumption of alcohol. Now when you're consuming alcohol at a higher level, things become... In bars, they call that pants down. Because most of the girls, when they drink and then like they get drunk, what are they going to do? They're going to become horny. Now that is the other libido factor that we talked about. By the way, these days, when you go in a bar, you have to be very careful. For some of you that overgo to bars, it might even be your first time. There is something that they are putting in people's drinks. This one is an officer. How do you call it? Yeah, there's cow foam, then there is another one. It's very common these days. Apart from the poison, there is another one. It's like it's a drug. This one. Exactly. So we have to be very careful when we go out. Don't trust anyone when you go out, even your close friend. I lost a friend like a month ago. There's some big friend of mine, some big girl. What happened? She was poisoned. Even in Entebbe, there's a girl that was poisoned in a bar. Then when we tried to find out why, they were fighting for a man. Yeah. So you have to be very careful. Your own friend can poison you. So do not trust just everyone, yeah? Then, of course, drinks like red wine, whiskey, tequila. There is something they call hard kombucha. They tend to be healthier compared to beers and sugary drinks. Because with the beers, you can even become fat. Those are the beers that cause bellies. And another thing is too much alcohol makes us develop wrinkles. Yeah. It's like I knew I had a presentation today. Imagine if I went out last night. Huh? I would come here when I'm having all the wrinkles. Fine, makeup covers, helps us cover those things. But when you take too much alcohol, and then in the morning you have a presentation maybe at the university, you're going to look like an old woman. Yes, so let's not consume too much of it. Actually, alcohol should be taken in moderation. According to the doctors, they advise that a woman should take 1 drink a day, and for a man, 2. But who is going to go to a bar and take 1 or 2? Yeah, so overconsumption of alcohol is bad. And we as girl children, whenever you go out, always avoid over drinking. We are always going to Chireka. And when you're drinking, you should take your drink in moderation. If you drink too much, like the first time when you went to Chireka, the real first group ashamed us. Rita, you were there. Huh? You saw what happened. I don't know whether the girls got excited because they had seen the Black Label. You people, the girls drank. I saw everything. I literally saw everything on the camera. You know Victoria Club has cameras. I went to the office and they were showing me everything. You know, someone drinking and then holding their shoes in the hands. They can't even walk anymore and they were falling. They were literally falling, and then they were wearing our top model Uganda shirts. That was shaming. Because these people are not going to look at you as you. They are going to look at you as top model Uganda. Do you get that? And then now imagine you've taken like that and you're drunk. A man will take you home. This is how young girls are getting AIDS. Do you understand? So when you're drinking, try as much as you can to drink this alcohol in moderation. We say drugs are bad, but some people also misuse alcohol, and the misuse of alcohol is also as bad as drugs, you know? Because most of the girls have contacted HIV through this. I've been in the entertainment industry for now how long? Since 2000, what? I will say the years and you start to say, she's so old. I joined the entertainment industry when I was 18 years. I was in my senior 6 vacation. I was joining the university, actually. That's when I joined. But until now, I'm safe. I was one of the people that used to pick these artists when they come. The likes of Elephant Man. I was the hot cake those days, yes. But I knew exactly what I wanted, you know. I was this kind of girl. We could go to Rouge, of course, drink with them. Eh? We were always in the booth. But the moment I started feeling dizzy, like alcohol is starting to work, I call my Uber or I jump on my border and go home. But I've never allowed a man to use me while drunk. That can be the worst moment. Those are things that people do, and then you regret in the morning. I have a friend who got sick like that. Right now, she became a mess. She ended up getting HIV/AIDS, and that is irreversible, right? So her future, so we have to be very careful. When you're drinking alcohol, make sure you measure for yourself. Take 1 beer, take 2 beers, go home. There is nothing so good in alcohol. It's not like when you take too much of alcohol, you're going to become rich tomorrow. Or it's not like if you drink too much, you're going to go to heaven. The excess consumption of alcohol can lead to the development of chronic diseases. I have a friend who died of recent, but then when they checked, they found out that she had problems with the liver caused because of alcohol. And then not only that, she had also used injections to make herself change color. She wanted to become a mzungu. Yeah? And then the overconsumption of alcohol weakened her liver. Where is she now? She's dead. I'm not against bleaching, because to me, you see, we are visitors in this world and we die anytime. So if someone chooses to bleach, it's their choice, let them bleach. But me, I'm not going to do it. But then me not doing it does not mean that I'm against those ones who are doing it, because at the end of the day, it's their choice, as long as someone is above 18. I'm here right now, I'm teaching you about alcohol, drugs, and sexual exploitation. But I'm not going to tell you that don't drink. You get? And besides, we are above 18. Some of you I'm speaking right now, then in the night you're going to go in the bar, and you're going to drink like too much. Then when you get your diseases and you come talking to me, I will remind you, and I will tell you, do you remember the topic? Remember what I told you? Yes. Then some people actually drink so much because they do not have people to talk to. We are here today as Top Model Uganda, right? Some of you are open to me. When you're going through a hard time, you come to me and we talk. When you're having something confusing you, I'm always here. The likes of Jen. When she has something disturbing me, she comes to my inbox. Doreen, this and this. And I'm always there. I'm always open. Jen, have I ever disappointed? And I liked that about her. Actually, I want her to share. Jen is going to share a story with you people. But I'm going to first finish. Then, of course, alcohol causes high blood pressure, talk about heart diseases, talk about strokes, talk about liver diseases, digestive problems, breast cancer. You're surprised, eh? Mouth cancer, throat, liver, alcohol. But then, overconsumption, remember, but when you take it moderately, that is okay. You take just a little. I mean, we are human. Oh, Jesus turned water into wine. Some time back, I saw something like someone put a Hajj, and they're like, the Hajj can have like 5 wives, but no alcohol. The Pope takes alcohol, but they don't marry, right? The monk, the nuns, the monk, yeah? The ones that believe in Buddha. Now those ones do not drink, they do not marry. So among all of them, who goes to heaven? You see? So you might find when the monk does not drink, does not marry, but then the monk might be committing more sins than these ones, you know? So it's the reason I never judge people. For me, I believe in doing good for the community. I believe in being good to another person. Can you help another person? I never judge people. Okay. So, we can have questions. Any questions about alcohol? Because we are done with that now. Chemical substance that is administered. Any chemical substance that is administered. A drug is a medicine prescribed by a doctor to protect a patient from illness or cure them. But then we have what we call narcotic. These are the substances that we are discussing today. Today we are not going to discuss about the doctor's prescription. We are discussing about the narcotic drugs and their dangers and why people use them. Yeah? You people, I'm going to be open to you. There's a celebrity group that I'm in, it's called Flames. Bushington is a producer. Bushington came in the group a few days ago and told us, guys, if any of you ever got addicted to drugs, don't call me. And I'm telling you this today. If you ever got a problem of drugs, if you ever get it, even in the future, and you need help, don't call me because I will not help you. You know why? Because people take drugs thinking they're going to forget their problems. People take drugs because of peer pressure. But again, someone who uses their brains will never use drugs. So, go over to Wesalideo, and it's what you really want. If you go through your problems, if you get the problems by taking drugs, never come to me. Pretty Glow was my best friend. Where is she now? Yeah, you know, Nika, because of drugs. Look at fear. You know? And there's a time a friend of mine, MC Katz, openly told me, Dora, your friends are suffering. Why don't you help them? Namugamba nze nabatumayo. Because these are the girls that we've grown up together. And we used to talk and share as friends. And we're like, girls, you know what? We are not supposed to do this and this. Like, you're supposed to use your brains. Like, honestly, why would you use drugs, you guys? Tell me. Or you're the only person with problems in this world. Or your problems are greater than any other person's problems. Do you even know what drugs are? Who has ever seen? Can you even tell me that you've ever seen? From where? Which drugs are you talking about now? At the hospital, yeah? And what is the use? Oh, Cynthia is working she's studying in the healthy sector, correct? Okay.
Thank you. Some of them are used medically, but they are narcotic drugs like morphine. And then I see some other drugs by these depressed patients at the mental ward, because some of them be hiding them like under the pillow, under the mattress. But they are narcotic drugs like marijuana. They can hide them, but when we are laying there beds, we find them. So that's how I saw them.
I'm impressed. That is nice. You know, I'm this kind of person who I like to see someone doing research, and I didn't expect any of you to be knowing like a type of drug or something. I'm impressed. So I didn't expect anyone to be knowing any type of narcotic drugs. Because to know this, one must have done some research. To be ogeraboges, but we don't even know where they fall, you know? Okay. So, when I talk about narcotic, this is a drug or any other substance that affects mood or behavior and is usually consumed for non-medical purposes, especially the one sold illegally. Now, the one sold illegally is what we are going to talk about now. The one Cynthia is talking about is what they give patients in hospital, maybe to calm down, yeah, to relax, because these drugs, there is a way they affect the muscles. But then, people use them in a bad way. Like something, when you overuse something, it becomes, too much of anything is always bad. You people, those things are so bad. Nefulo musiru just to learn, because I looked at them and I was just learning. I was the new person now. Chick, yeah, kubempiso, and then natandika no kankana, you know? Then, like, she told me I'm addicted, Doreen. If I don't do this in a day, I think I can die. Now, this person chose to do drugs. No one forced her, correct? I have no right to start talking to her. I'm not even her mother. Yeah, that's what I told you. That something like drugs, once you choose to do drugs, just know ochirimu weka. And it's not going to be a good way. It's not a good road. I've not seen anyone succeed through drugs. No. They always end up in a bad way because those drugs are going to affect your system. I'm not here to scare anyone. I'm just speaking out of experience because I've seen friends get messed up. I've seen girls who are once beautiful, girls everyone used to admire, but today they are nowhere because of drugs. When I started modeling at home, they see me modeling in bikini, including my own father. Relatives, some could call me a prostitute because they would see pictures, images in bikinis, yeah? But I didn't give up. Then I just continued because I knew exactly what I wanted. And today I'm going to Miami. I'm going to model in the bikinis. So, nachiremerako, and I woke them up. I show them that modeling is a career and someone can benefit. Right? Don't you believe in me? Lozao. Okay. So, we are going to talk about the disadvantages of consuming the narcotic substances. Cynthia mentioned some. Narcotic substances, we have opium, we have morphine. I'm not here to teach you so that you go and look for them. Don't look for them, please. Yeah, even caffeine. Meanwhile, in moderate doses, these substances dull your senses. That's why they are using. That's why they are used in hospitals. Also, they are used for like people who work with those old women. You know, so just to calm them down, you know. But then, does it mean that the people who are normal and they are using these drugs, does it mean they are mad? Why would you be using such a drug? Just because you're stressed, you're coming, get down. So meanwhile, it also relieves pain and induces sleep. But now this is for, this is when it's used as a drug in hospitals. Then in excessive doses, it causes coma. Someone takes too much of it. Naberanga food. You get? So, never, temwesembeleza muntu ayagala kubateeka, kubayigiriza kozesa this crap, these narcotic drugs. Don't. This person doesn't like you. They don't wish you well. You'll never succeed if you're using these drugs. You get? We talked about marijuana, the likes of cocaine. There's another one called methamphetamine. They call it metha. Then we have to know the risk of using the drugs. One, they lead to mental disability. Those are the people you hear. They are in rehab. Most of the musicians. By the one time I saw, was it Sheba? It was who? The one who wanted to start up like a rehabilitation center. You know? So, me, I wouldn't even want to start up like a rehabilitation center. You know why? Because I believe by the time you choose to use drugs, you're in your senses, you know? You choose. You people, there are different ways of solving problems. Find someone you confide in. When you get a problem, don't resort to too much alcohol. Don't resort to drugs. Find someone you confide in. Alan herself is a very good person, by the way. Talk to Alan. Talk to Sula. Talk to Diane. We have a team. Find someone, talk to them and tell them your problems. We are here to give you solutions. You get? But forget about drugs. Of course, these drugs can cause you to become addicted. And addiction is so bad. Now the girl that I told you about, the one I found in Dubai, that one was addicted. She cannot do without it. And once you reach the level of addiction, then it's over for you. You know? Then talk about injury and accidents. health problems. We talked about sleep issues. We find people cannot sleep, yeah, because they are so much used to drugs in that if they don't give them the injection, they will not sleep. So don't make yourself get to that level, you know? By the way, drug use does not affect you alone. It also affects those around you. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be here tomorrow and then they wake up and say, oh, maybe Jen Muksa is taking too much drugs. She's now addicted. Let's do a car wash. Eh? And then we come up, we are contributing for Jen. You're going to contribute for Jen today. If she chose drugs, sweetheart, tomorrow she's going to go back to her narcotic drugs. We've seen them. Last time Pretty Global Muyambako, right? What happened after TV? She went back to her drugs. Then I was there, a friend of mine called me, Latif Madoya, fashion designer. Oh, Dora, your friend was here. She slept here a few days ago. Guess what? In the morning, she stole my phone and left. That was the same day I had to meet the girl. She had called me, Dora, I want to see you. I told her, come home, come to Entebbe. But the moment Latif called me, telling me your friend has stolen, we are looking for her. She came here like she has nowhere to stay. She wants to sleep here for some days. Eh. Then I said, so she wants to come home and steal. Eh? Namukubira wese mugamba, madam, totawana. I will help you from where you are. You know? So you have to be very careful with people who use these narcotic substances, because today they are going to look like they understand. Then tomorrow they are going to do something that you don't expect. You get? Eh? So you also have to mind who you bring close to you. We are girls, for God's sake. You're going to go out, someone is going to put something in your drink. The next thing, you're sleeping.
Yes. I have this friend, she was jazzing me something. She was like that, going out, like you go out like a gang, like your friends, girls. You go out to some guy, so one of the babes, he was like, I want that babe. So everyone refused to contact the guy to the babe. So this guy is like, he got some other babe in the group. He told her, I'm giving you 600,000 for you to put the drug in her drink. So this girl betrays the friend. She puts the drug into her drink. The girl shuts down. So the guy takes the girl into an apartment, like an expensive apartment. They go. So the girl waking up, she's used, like she's not understanding. So the guy had to be trustworthy and he told her the whole story. He was like, I got your friend, I paid her 600,000, she put the drug into your drink, and here we are. So the girl, instead of her like reacting, like the friends had done bad to her, the girl continued. Like she was enjoying. The guy gave her 3 million to go and do shopping for the first day. The girl went, she called her friends. She was like, okay, they gave me 3 million, let's go and do shopping. Instead of the girl going to what? To take herself. The girl went out, she bought stuff, she bought a new phone, she bought like good things. She came back to the apartment. They slept.
When they used her, was it protected?
It wasn't.
Did she go to hospital?
No.
Okay.
She called the friends. They went, did the shopping the guy had told her to do. So the next day, the guy, I think they slept again. The guy, again, they had sex. The following day, the guy again added her 3 million to go and do shopping. Stupidly, also, the girl went out. She did the shopping. The third day, the guy does the same thing. So the girl coming back, okay, the third day, I think the girl, like, something triggered her. Like, why is the guy doing all this? Yet we had just met. The girl going to check, she's positive. So, she's coming back to her apartment. The guy had already left. Actually, even got a flight out of Uganda. Wow. Like, even I was so shocked. I didn't know these things happen. Like, a friend doing that to you and you still enjoy.
And when something like that happens, girls, when something like that happens, listen, when something like that happens, you have to go to hospital first thing, because there is that medicine that they can give you and you don't get there. You know?
But I think the girl went there after some time because I don't think she can be positive immediately.
Okay, yeah, she had to get it because the medicine that they give you in the hospital, you have to swallow every 2 tablets, I think, morning and before you sleep for a whole month. And you have to go to the hospital before 24 hours. If 24 hours elapse, you get the virus already in your body circulating already. So even though they give you the other medicine, it can't work. You have to go to ARVs then already.
So let's get something. Let Cynthia tell us. She's a medical, that's what she's studying. So what should someone do? What should your fellow girls do? Imagine if that girl had come to you. What kind of advice would you give her? Or what advice do you give us now as ladies? You've woken up in the morning, you've woken up in someone's bed, someone you have never seen. What am I supposed to do? Like, that person has already used me and I don't know. By the way, maybe I've woken up in the morning, I don't even have an idea whether he has used me or not. What do I do?
You have to go to the hospital instantly. They might check you. First of all, of course, the first thing they'll do is checking you for HIV and all that. But you might survive HIV and then you get other problems. For example, infections, for example, candida, syphilis, and there is also this common virus that had come that makes your body swollen every part. It's called human papilloma virus. It makes your body swollen. So you might survive, yes. So you might survive HIV but get those bad conditions because they're also bad. Gonorrhea, like that. But when you wake up, you go to the hospital, a nearby hospital. You might not have the funds, so you can go to literally a government hospital because it's where I do training. And government hospitals are nice, trust me. Because of late, our cousin, by the way, has been sick, Edwin. When he was taken to the private hospital there in Entebbe, they did all tests, and they were like, Edwin the liver is affected, he has ulcers. And when they went back home, Edwin was like, Mommy, I've never taken drugs, I've never taken alcohol. How is my liver spoiled? Like how? The food they cook at school, no fats, no nothing. And the liver, basically, it's about what you eat. So he was telling, and Auntie was like, it can be affected, never know. And then a friend of Auntie called Auntie and was like, before you buy that boy any medicine, you bring that boy at Mulago. We do the checkups again, afresh. Yesterday they went, they did all the checkups they did last time. Everything was negative. You can imagine. So that's why I'm like, you should try your level best to see that even when you want our expensive health facilities, in government there is private. You opt for government private. It's good. These private hospitals are having people who are not qualified, people who don't have working experience, people who want money. So you should try getting a government hospital and you can literally get sorted out there. Thank you.
I wanted to ask, can you go and test within 24 hours and find out you have the virus? Like, I didn't get it. What do you do when you have found yourself blacking out? Okay, you've already blacked out. You don't know that person has used you. You don't know their status, and I'm sure they won't tell you. So what do you do?
What do you do?
You go to the hospital, right? That's
yes.
What you say.
Go to the hospital.
Do they determine that you have the virus within those 24 hours?
Come on, they do tests. By the way, you can also go to a pharmacy, buy this buffer test, and you do the test yourself. But I can do it because I've learned it. But it might be hard for you because you've not done it. So that's why I'm like, go to the hospital. Tell the nurse. They teach us confidentiality. Tell the nurse, call a nurse and be like, I have a problem. Which nurse should I talk to? They give you one nurse. You go, they provide patient security. You talk to her. They are taught. So you talk, you be like, this has happened to me, but I really need an HIV a test there and then, because what happened to me, I'm not sure whether I have it or not. You understand? You have to be very fast on reaction, because they might even tell you that this medicine we are going to give you might not work for you, and you have to take ARVs, so you have to be conk first. Thank you.
The research I had that the virus manifests in your blood within 3 months. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
I'm really appreciative of this talk, Doreen. Thank you so much. Just to add on what she said, when you get into a condition like that, you wake up in someone's bed, you're not sure like what happened, you go to hospital first thing, they have a rape kit. They'll do those things, they'll do the tests, and then test whether you're raped, and also like put you on those drugs instantly. Because they can't confirm that you're positive on the very first time you're used. But they'll give you those drugs just to prevent. Of course, they're very uncomfortable, but at least you're better off being uncomfortable and safe. And these things are happening, not only for young girls, Doreen, but also for because now for me, I'm a working person, and we had retreats, like you're in groups, and these things are happening even to people who are grown up. Like you go for a retreat, and people are doing things, you find yourself in someone's bed, you wonder how you got there. So it is very, very important that you're armed with information on knowing what to do if these things happen, because they have no age. They're happening for the young, the old. It's a chaotic world. Thank you so much, Doreen.
Okay, love. Yeah? The moment you wake up in someone's bed in the morning, over they've put drugs in your drink you didn't know, but you're in someone's bed, someone you do not know, please, first thing, go to hospital. Better late than never. Sweetheart, you wanted something? So you tell us, then Jen will speak after.
Some people are positive, but when you go to test, they come out negative. Like they first take something, so when you go, they come out negative. Yeah, they're positive.
So what do you want to know specifically? How it works?
Like, is it real? Like, yeah, like
It can only be real where when the test is done under like abnormal circumstances. Maybe like the test itself has gone bad or invalid. You get, but like it can't just be like someone has taken something. Their virus will hide when you test.
People have different blood groups. We have also seen couples whereby the man, they will go to check, the man is negative and the woman is positive. By the way, it's very common. Yeah? It's very common, but I'm not a scientist. So, second, I'll into sciences. Me, I didn't study sciences, I did arts. But yes, but what I know, it's very possible. You find a couple, the man is negative, the woman is positive. But then when you go to hospital, the one who is negative, because we've seen people get married, one is negative, one is positive, and they continue having sex. By the way, live sex. I think there are some medicines that they do give. Yeah. It's called what? Natural waters. Are you trying to tell me that when a woman is so wet, she doesn't get AIDS or something? Because of recent research has it that Mbarara, who read the bunch.
Okay, you're so right. Like there are those people, they test, they find they're not sick, yet they are sick. They told me, there's a nurse who told me, when you're going to check, don't use these things of the saliva and these things of piercing on your finger. It's risky. You can test negative or positive. When you're positive, you can test negative. Now what you should use, you should go for the vein. They pierce your vein, they get blood direct. That's the best. That's when you can detect. Even if you have used any medicine before testing, they will detect the disease is there.
So me, actually, I have more stories about this topic. Like my mom is a nurse, so she can get to tell you different kinds of stories, how people get sick. So she once went to a school, and they were doing like HIV tests on students. So this boy comes in, she tells her, for him he has a book. Actually, students who are in school, like secondary, university, it may come to your own, but in school you don't know. So this boy, he's in school, he tells my mom he has a book, like a full book of girls